In the beginning of the movie, we see an advanced city where an agent monkey is on his mission, and his mission was to safely obtain a briefcase and bring it to the base, led by an agent named Villas who was a bit careless. Everything was going fine and the monkey even managed to get the briefcase. But then, some people from the Tiger Gang attacked them, snatched the briefcase, and started running away. This led to a heated chase sequence between Villas and the Tiger Gang, causing a lot of chaos and almost destroying half the city. But finally, Villas managed to catch the members of the Tiger Gang and retrieve the briefcase from them. After that, he returned to the base. He was very happy because he felt he had done a great job by saving that briefcase. However, when he went to the mayor scolded him severely because his actions had caused a lot of damage to the city and many civilians had also been injured. Villas told them that he had saved such a valuable thing, yet they were still angry at him, and such small losses were inevitable in such tasks. But the mayor didn't listen to him and sent him to a base built between the sea outside the city for security work so that he could stay there and gain some understanding, even though Villas didn't want to go there. And when he arrived at that base, he saw that his room was also very dirty and all his belongings were scattered everywhere. Then he met his roommate, Hector, with whom Villas had to work, and after that, Villas began to spend his days there somehow. He was getting very bored at the base and was also getting quite angry with Hector because he always behaved like a child and his belongings were scattered everywhere. Everything was going on like this. But one day, some masked men came to the base and they entered the storage room there and started trying to hack into the system. On the other hand, Hector was enjoying watching his favorite TV show. But Villas was getting very bored because of the show, which led to an argument between them. But then the security alarm at the base started ringing. And when Villas looked at the CCTV camera, he saw those three masked men. So he and Hector quickly started running towards them. Meanwhile, those masked men also found out that Villas and Hector were coming towards them. That's why they hacked into the drone system there and sent Villas and Hector to kill them. As a result, both of them got busy fighting with the drone and the masked man, and the masked man started trying to hack into the system there and started taking a box kept there from between. But then a red-colored diary falls from his side, which Villas keeps as evidence. But those three masked men managed to escape from there. The next day, Villas and Hector return to the city to report to the mayor, who gets very angry at them because those thieves had stolen radioactive metal, which could have caused a lot of destruction. But Villas shows him the diary and tells him that he found it from those thieves, and there is the name of a hospital written on it, so he will find those thieves very soon. So the mayor threatens to suspend Villas but gives him one last chance. After that, Villas and Hector change their appearance and come to the hospital where Villas makes Hector unconscious because he always liked to do his work alone and didn't want any trouble because of Hector. Meanwhile, in that hospital, the heroine of Hector's favorite TV show was also there, who was talking to the hospital doctor about hiding some secret. So Villas starts listening to their conversation somehow. By then, Hector also regains consciousness and starts roaming around the whole hospital to find Villas. Then he saw on the village news there that a robot attacked a rhino and froze it, and the injured rhino was admitted to the same hospital, which was being taken by a beautiful senior. But that nurse was having a hard time taking that heavy rhino. So Villas helps that nurse and takes that rhino to the doctor. After that, the doctor starts trying to save the rhino somehow. But suddenly, the electricity there goes out, which makes everyone worried. So Villas uses his brain and shocks the rhino with an electric fish, which makes the rhino's heartbeat start again, and it regains consciousness. There was a worker in that hospital who had a snake, and then he drank coffee because of the malfunction of the machine there, which caused him to have an allergy. After drinking it, he turned into a big dragon and started wreaking havoc in the entire hospital. So Villas tries to control that dragon and somehow succeeds in controlling it, and after a while, that dragon turns back into a snake. After that, the nurse takes Villas around the entire hospital, and then Hector also arrives there. After that, both of them go to the room with the rhino where Villas sees that the rhino is missing from there. He thinks that someone kidnapped the rhino. At that moment, Mia, the heroine of the TV show, arrives. Upon seeing her, both quickly hide under the bed. Then Mia starts talking about radioactive stuff. After hearing this, Villas thinks that Mia is the real villain and starts questioning her at gunpoint. But in reality, she was just practicing the dialogues of her next film. When Villas finds out, he apologizes to her. But now Mia also knew that Villas and Hector were agents, so she insisted on joining their team because she had been assigned the role of a secret agent in her next film and she wanted to learn from their experience. Initially, Villas refuses her vehemently, but when Mia says that if you don't include me in your team, I'll tell everyone your truth, Villas reluctantly has to include her in his team. After that, all three of them go to a secret room via the elevator where they find all those radioactive boxes. There are also the clothes of those masked men. At that moment, Villas senses someone's presence there and sees that two people are taking the rhino somewhere. Then the robot comes back to kill the rhino again, but Villas tries to stop the robot. However, the robot shocks Villas with its power and leaves from there. Then Mia finds a motorcycle there with her company's logo on it, and it turns out to be a high-tech motorcycle for agents. After that, all three of them start following the robot with that bike. Hector starts fighting with that robot there, and the robot is attacking both of them with its eye beams. But both of them somehow manage to evade it every time. After that, the robot tries to escape from there. Villas goes after it, but it is a trap set by the robot, and it attacks Villas's bike by hiding there. After damaging his suit, the robot tries to attack Villas, and at that moment, Hector comes and saves Villas's life and destroys the robot's eye beam with his gun. Due to damage to his suit, the robot runs away from there. After that, Villas tells Hector and Mia that Dr. Beer is the villain, and he shows them some of Dr. Beer's hair that got stuck in Villas's hand during the fight. The actor expresses his joy upon seeing this, saying that we've almost solved the case. After that, Hector starts scanning the DNA of his hair on his computer. But his computer identifies the DNA as that of an unknown species, which makes Villas angry at Hector's computer. After that, he says that we'll know the whole truth only after playing this tape because Mia found a tape in that secret room. At that moment, a nurse comes and takes Mia for the operation, so Villas goes with her, and there he sees the doctor's injured hand, which changes his suspicion to certainty. And he damages the machine and leaves from there because he doesn't want Mia to undergo the operation. Mia wanted to get her operation done to cut off two antennas above her because she thought it didn't look good on her. After that, Hector and Villas come to a shop to buy a tape recorder where they find an old tape recorder in which they could play the tape. So both of them start playing this tape in that recorder, which was a 20-year-old video, and in that video, there was the same doctor who was explaining that many species are going extinct due to global warming. And that's why he experimented with the radioactive metal to create something that could control global warming. Meanwhile, Hector had left scanning that DNA on his computer and had asked Mia to keep an eye on it. When the 97% scanning is complete, Mia begins to call Hector to summon him. But Hector's phone shuts down due to low battery. After that, she starts watching the recording again with Villas, where the doctor starts his machine. And initially, everything is fine, but after a while the machine gets overloaded and the recording ends there. Upon this, their suspicion turns into certainty that the doctor is the real culprit. Meanwhile, Hector's computer scanning is complete and it turns out to be owned by Mr. Mahmoud. So, Mia calls Hector to tell him this, but her call doesn't go through. Meanwhile, Villas and Hector go to the mayor and tell him about the doctor. The mayor, happy, starts praising Villas. At that moment, Hector notices the same scar on the mayor's hands. At the same time, due to the mistake of the mayor's assistant, a button is pressed, causing a secret door to open there, which leaves Villas stunned. Because inside his room is the same robot suit that attacked them, and in reality, the villain is none other than the mayor himself. And when the mayor sees that his cover is blown, he tells his assistant to arrest both of them. In that jail, there is the same guy from the Tiger Gang whom Villas had caught in the beginning, and that Tiger is very interested in video games. So, Hector helps him pass a level in his video game, and the Tiger is impressed and becomes his friend. After that, they all escape from that jail together because that Tiger has the map of that jail. Well, Villas and Hector escape from that jail and go straight to the secret room of the hospital, where they also meet that nurse who used to work with the doctor. After that, The nurse takes both of them to a place where they see that the doctor has kept many extinct species alive by creating a favorable environment. Then the nurse tells Villas that we stole the radioactive box from your base because we needed energy. Otherwise we all would have been killed without energy. Then the doctor tells Villas that we are just trying to save this planet from global warming, and he tells Villas that we experimented with it on an island 20 years ago. However, the experiment failed, causing the entire island to be destroyed, where many Mamuads used to live. Then Hector tells the doctor that the mayor is also a Mamud and he is the one who is repeatedly attacking Rhino. Upon which the doctor says I think he wants to take revenge on his companions, and at the same time, the police come there to arrest the doctor. After that, there is a fight between the doctor's people and the police, where the snake also turns into a dragon and starts attacking the police officers. But at that moment, the mayor arrives with his robot armored suit and starts attacking the people, thereby freezing them. The dragon tries to stop the mayor with his fire, but he can't hold the mayor's beam for long, so he also gets frozen there. At the same time, the doctor asks the mayor why he is doing this while stopping him, to which the mayor tells him that 20 years ago, everyone in my entire village believed in your words. But my father didn't believe in you, and that's why he sent me away from that island, and soon after that, everything was destroyed, and that's why he wanted to take revenge from the doctor. Upon this, the doctor apologizes to the mayor, but the mayor doesn't listen to him and starts moving forward to kill the doctor. So the nurse and Villas come forward to stop the mayor. But due to the mayor's beam, the nurse also gets frozen, and he is also about to attack Villas and freeze him when suddenly Hector arrives there and he gets frozen while trying to save the village. But then Mia comes with her remaining companions and starts attacking the mayor, and they are trying to somehow break his armor. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Villas breaks the cylinder with radioactive activity on the back of the mayor with his gun. Due to this, the mayor becomes completely helpless. But then he points his gun at Mia. But the doctor comes there with another Mamud, and it turns out that this Mamud is not someone else but the childhood friend of the mayor, whom he sees and becomes very emotional. Then Mahmoud tells the mayor that the doctor saved his life, and she tells him that he is a very good doctor. Upon hearing this, the mayor throws his gun and starts crying sitting there. After that, the police arrest him. Meanwhile, the doctor normalizes the temperature there with his machine. Due to this, all the frozen people return to normal. Meanwhile, Mia sees Hector unconscious, who is not breathing. So Villas goes to him and tries very hard to wake him up. But when the doctor doesn't wake up, he starts crying a lot by hugging him. But suddenly Hector regains consciousness, which makes Villas very happy, and with this, the movie ends here. So, if you liked the video, please do share this video, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell icon.